I've got Portos here and I'm going to show you the beginnings of his backing stages. So I've never done any work on him yet to prepare him for backing, so this will be quite a cool video to watch. He's pretty good on the ground, and it's got to the stage where he's really relaxed for the most part. I can stand over him like this with my hand over, and I've been able to rub him over there. He's a little bit tense just there, so I'll just keep him there. Good boy. I can also walk him. Good boy. Good boy. Beside the shoulder. He's got his ear cocked on me a little bit. Good boy. I'm going to have to take off this vest because it's rustly. There's a massive, there we go, but I'll just fix the mic. And then I'm going to show you how. It's basically the same stages that I go through with my jumpers, my show jumpers. But obviously being wild and everything, he's going to have more layers to work through. So with my horse DeLuca, which I did a start on in another video, I could go from step 1 to 3 to 4 very easily without any issues. With a wild horse, quite often you have to go step 0.1, step 0.2. Sometimes you have to even break it down further. And if you miss one of those steps, you end up having an issue at the next one. So the first thing is that standing above a horse is quite hard for them. And I've not ever done this, so I'm just going to get them used to me being up here. And then ultimately, good boy, I want him to be able to come right in next to me and good, well done. Quite often when I do the starting like this, I have someone leg me up, but sometimes when I don't have someone to leg me up, I just find walking up to a mounting block is easy. Good wall. If he leaves, just hold him, good boy. Good boy. Whoa. So that's where I'm getting a little bit above his eye line and he's panicking. So I'm just going to keep my hand there. As his energy drops, I'm going to drop my hand. Good boy. He's holding his breath right now, so he's stepped into a little bit of a freeze response. So we'll see if he comes, well, I'll show you when he comes out of it. Good, energy drops. That's exactly where I want you. Good, he's just with that little snort, he's just coming out of it. Good, and then I'm just going to rub him up here. I'm going to put the rope over, and all I'm going to do, he's a bit funny about the rope sometimes, is I'm just going to lean over him, just like this. So I was imagining if I was leaning on a fence rail talking to someone, I'd just do this with him. And I'm not doing this video to show you guys how to break in a horse, because this should be done by professionals and people with a very good ability to read body language, because if you miss a step or you miss something change in their body language, it can lead to giving them a massive big trauma, which can put them back for the rest of their life. But I want to show you guys a different way, or show you how we do it, so that if you ever send your own horses off for training, you've got a little bit more idea of hopefully what you want to get done with them. And there's many different ways of breaking in horses. Lots of them are great, but this is just how we like to break them in. It's what works great for us. So now I'm just going to put a bit of weight down over him. Good boy. And then, I'm going to lift my leg and place it against his shoulder here. Because I ultimately want to be able to weight over him. So while I'm here, Good boy. So, same thing when I'm doing obstacles or anything else, I want to hop back, give them that time to process. Now you can see there I've got the two boys in the background. It's a bit tricky because obviously it's not safe to have horses around while you're working with them. And if these boys came over, I'd be getting rid of them very quickly, but because they're used to milling around in the paddock, they never come and interrupt, they just stay off in the distance. So if they were a hassle, I wouldn't be doing this sort of work because I wouldn't want a horse getting in the way and something going wrong. If they come up, they'll get sent away or they'll get caught and put away, which, as it seems, they're on their way over. Hopefully they're just doing a bypass. Nope. Okay. Alright, I'll send them off in a second. Romeo? Didn't leave? Good boy. Whoa. Good boy. So I'm still at the stage where my movements are quite quiet, because if I were to go too quick, I'm going to give them a fright. So I'm starting to build up how I move and my energy. That's really awkward. He's just at that height that's slightly too big just to lie straight over. And I don't want to propel up and over because that can give them a bit of a fright. Good boy. If he wants to go around and look, that's totally fine. This is always the hardest part because your rib cage is right over top of them. So he's just gone into a slight tense body language. So I'm going to wait there. Oh, and hop off. Good boy. So I try not to get off. Oh, these ones are going to be so annoying. Romeo, get lost. I try not to get off when they're panicking if I can help it, because I want to train them how to switch their brain back on. Well, so I want to get off when they're starting to relax. So I'm teaching them that the pressure leaves once they turn their thinking brain on. And I could feel his body tension starting to come up through his body language, because I could feel his back muscles lift. And had I have then put more pressure on him at that stage, that's when I might have him leap away. But there he tensed a little bit. I'm just going to rub him, get him used to me on both sides of his body. It's always a bit hard to breathe when you're like this. Good boy. And then I always try to get back and give them a bit of a break. Good man. So he's still getting a little bit of a fright when I'm coming in above him. And so again, you could break this down further by just doing a session where you're just coming in above him and getting them used to that. Good boy. Good man. And there are many tricks to this that you've got to be very aware of, because if you don't do it quickly, it's not super safe. But basically I'm keeping this rope short. I try to keep my head on this side of the neck So if I need to jump off, I can turn his front end into me. I wouldn't be too far that way and fall off, because now I can't prevent him from coming across from me. This is why this should be done by good boy, a professional. Good boy. And he's a little bit unsure about what's going on, but he's doing good. There he's had a little bit of a letdown, so I could just feel him holding his breath a little bit, like, what on earth is this human doing to me? Good boy. Give him a little bit of a break. Just because he's doing that lick of a lips, he's wanting to process. Good man. So each time I do it, I start to do a tiny bit more. But if I just hopped on his back, sat fully up, some horses you can do that straight away. I can feel in their body language, yes, I can get up straight away, I can do this, I can do that. Other horses, I can feel them holding their breath or just a slight tension in a part of their body. And if I were to go all the way up, I'm going to risk them looking back, seeing something in their blind spot, panicking, jumping forward, and now I'm going to have to work through that trauma memory. So each time I sit up a little bit longer, or I touch a part that I've not touched before, and I'm just slowly breaking it down. And if I get on and off 40, 50 times, it's 40 or 50 times less I've got to get on and off. So it's just laying that really solid foundation. That was just a quick nice and over, but that's the first time his body language has been open when I've been getting on him, which is great. That's the first time I'm sitting up. Good boy. I'm going to stay up here longer. Oh, I'm out of breath. Jump back off this side, good boy. So I like to be hopping on and off, hopping on the left side, getting off the right side as well, because sometimes if you only get on left, you don't prepare them for anything out of that right eye. When I'm sitting up here, I just try to scratch them and get my hands everywhere. Oh, I just kicked him in the hip. Sorry, buddy. Which he handled really good, luckily. Because I've been able to get on and off, it wouldn't be an issue. It's not an issue, but if I was to be up there and I hadn't got all that foundational work, I could have had a problem there. So then I've got to be very careful about shifting. I don't want to sit stock still on him, because if I suddenly move, I'm going to give him a fright. But you can see here he's got his attention back on me. So as I lift up my energy and put my leg up and down there, he's just relaxed. So I'm going to reward him for that. Hop off. Good boy. So I want to just be able to slide my leg up and down, touch him wherever. And then now I'm just going to get to the stage, hopefully, where I can just rub all over him. Give him a little bit of a scratch in here. Rub on the left side. Good man. Good boy. Give him a little bit of a break. And then the goal is just to finish. I'm just going to take one step. So again, I could do a much bigger break in today if I needed to. We've still got lots of horses to feed out and do, so this is a great step to prepare him to then move into walking and trotting in the next day or two. Except that he's getting gelded tomorrow, so he's not going to be able to do anything for a little while. So all of this the questions I'm asking him with the reins has been all been prepared on the ground. So last night I just got him flexing left, down and right. So we'll just see if I can pick up a bit of contact. Good boy. Good boy. And he's just coming back to look at my leg, which is a really, really good thing. I'm going to reward him for that. Oops. And he kind of took a step there too, which tells me that he was really relaxed about that. Good boy. So here, good man. And because I'm getting on and off so many times, and when I then move into doing the body control work and getting him forward and stuff, I do it so many times and I just push him slightly further than the time before. He's then done it 50 to 100 times before he actually has to do something quite hard, which means he's so much better and more established later on. So I'm going to slide my leg back, see if I can do a bit of a... Oh, he wants to check me out again. Good boy. So if he wants to do that, that's great. And whoa. Good man. I didn't ask him to step that time, so I'm going to rub on him, give him a bit of time, and I'm going to come back in a second and see if I can do it, but this time with me asking him. So I'm really happy that he did it, but I just want to finish with me just giving him a bit more direction. So here, I'm going to go that way. He wants to look at me. Good, and now I'm just going to see if we can just turn your butt. Good, and whoa. Good boy. I'm going to rub him there and just gently reshuffle my weight. So he's got enough tension in his body with his ears trained back on me that I need to just be aware of what he's doing. And here, if I read him wrong, I could have a problem. Good. He wants to look back at me. Good boy. And just turn. Good. And whoa. Good boy. Perfect. And whoa. That was awesome. Good man. And then what I tend to do as well when I have time, I'll just come and jump on him. Like, so the next time I get on him, I'll probably just come and sit on him and watch everyone else ride and just spend 20 minutes just on his back without even taking steps, and just get him used to kind of handling my weight and sort of getting used to a person without any hard questions asked. I've got the time for that, so I'll take the time, but I can also, I'm pretty sure he'd be fine just to go into a 3-day format where I just walk and trot him on the next ride and then put the saddle on and canter him, but we'll see how he goes. But I do love just being able to sit on them and just let them settle with us on their backs. Good boy. Good boy.